this is the first example. This is the second example where I'm talking about bid generation, but this is for a pharma client. This is again for an Indian pharma client. So this, we built this specifically for US government drug contracts, but again, this can be extended and we have extended it to others. So what happens is when there is a pre-solicitation or a solicitation for a drug to be, for a drug, let's say, um, that is in US government's case, that is published in sam.gov. That's a US government website. And in that website, they don't just publish pharma related contracts, they publish all kinds of contracts. So there used to be sales teams that used to read through all of the contracts, identify what are the pharma related contracts, identify the drugs, quantity, strength, cost, units, etc., for those drugs, and then identify what are the submission dates, issue department, etc. And then finally map it with the existing products. So some of these drugs, the pharma company might be manufacturing, so map it with them. And then finally, talk with different teams, talk with the supply chain team, talk with the manufacturing team, and then finally come up with a bid. This used to take around 2 to 3 weeks of processing. And instead of that, the solution was to provide all of this using GenAI to make it within a couple of minutes. So once there is a bid in the website, government website, or once there is a bid that is identified, the idea is to do all of these things and prepare an initial bid so that all you have to do, all the sales managers will have to do is change the price maybe and place the bid, right? Verify it, change the price and place the bid. So the client background, it's a leading multinational pharma company. The objective is to create bids for US federal government. Solution is, again, it's a generative AI solution that reads different documents. And how generative AI helps is it basically summarizes everything, talks with different departments, and then gives you a final, it also creates the final bid. Yeah, so this is kind of what I explained before. Yeah, so for example, on the right, you have a sample bid, sample solicitation document from the US government. You can see that it is in a very, it's not in a simple text format, it's in a tabular kind of format with different things in different places. The idea is to read through this kind of tabular format with checkboxes, etc., and then understand what this is trying to say, and then come up to a final solution. So this is a high-level solution architecture. This is from a tech implementation point of view. So on the left, you have your data sources, that is sam.gov. Then you have data processing, data storage, and consumption. In the data processing pipelines, you have the first step is to extract documents, then go through Palm to API. Palm to API, I think, is now Gemini. Effectively, it is the intelligence, it is the brain behind the models. And then scheduler is simply to schedule this every day. So this runs at a specific schedule. And then we extract all of this and put it in a big data query, that is our database. And then finally, it goes to the users, that is a consumption layer. So any AI-based solution, GenAI-based solution will have these 4 layers. I just wanted to put this here so that you can understand how that works. Now, what are the data sources? You have different data sources like pre-solicitation, solicitation, acceptance, amendment, all of these documents. The idea is to summarize the document, identify if it's a pharmaceutical related bid, identify the drugs, identify if the drug is something that you manufacture. If it is something you manufacture, then try to extract the information. For example, here, this is one sample document. Here, the drug that you want to extract is carboxymethyl cellulose. The strength is 50 ml, drug type is solution. The quantity is 2,400 units, is bottles, packaging multiples is 50, so on and so forth. So this is how a sample contract looks like. The idea is to read through this, extract the information, create the bid for these drugs, and then share the bid with the sales team. So this is, this is a sample document. This is another sample document. Again, I think on the left, it's not that clear on the screen. The idea is to create a table like this, identify the drug, strength, quantity, pack size, solution, sol number, etc. And then for these drugs, for each of these drugs, identify if they are present within if they are drugs that you manufacture, if they are drugs that you manufacture, talk with the different teams, and then find out what is the price, find out what is the quantity that you can manufacture, find out what is the price that you can manufacture, and create a bid for the same. So this whole process, GenAI will take care of it, and it will take less than 5 minutes. This is another sample which is very similar. Yeah, so what is the business impact? So it reduces time taken from 1 week. All this process used to take 1 week to less than 10 minutes. It identifies more sales opportunities. So there were sales opportunities that were being missed by manually going through hundreds of documents. It identifies and reduces the sales opportunities. It helps the sales team to better plan the bids, leading to increased conversion percentages, etc. Because now the sales managers can focus on actually what is a price that they have to sell the bid for, instead of figuring out what figuring out, going through all the documents and figuring out what is a bid, do we have these drugs, etc., etc. It automates the data extraction, storage, and that leads to cost saving and reduced manual effort.